Airlines have really been struggling for months now with flights getting delayed and canceled. What happens not only can be a real inconvenience for travelers, but it also can ruin your trip. So many people say, well, what are my rights if I'm a traveler? So we're going to turn to 9 News legal expert Whitney Traylor to give us some answers for this. We've heard so many of these things. Besides just ruining your day, you're sometimes saying, well, wait a minute. What are my rights? Can I get a refund, or what can you do?
Right. So it's not, as the law, it's not a simple answer. And as I started researching this, I found a lot of people who had, just these terrible stories and just everything that could go wrong would. And now we're experiencing such short staffs and those kind of things that it's a real issue. And so it depends on what happens. If it's a cancellation, if it's a delay, generally cancellations, if you choose not to fly, you're entitled to a refund. And there's a certain time limit in which to get the refund. The problem is if it's canceled, everybody's at the same customer service desk and you only have the same person. So trying to get through is always a problem.
What about expenses though? Like if a flight is canceled and somebody misses their cruise, or their wedding, or any other activity that they spent money on that they're missing out on.
Right. It's a great point, because those are legitimate damages, and generally you do not get to recover those, because a lot of this is covered by the Department of Transportation. So there's a number of regulations, and there's been times, I actually have a Facebook friend who Igor, he's a lawyer. This happened to him. They were on a canceled flight. It was so long. He posted about this, and he went and essentially wrote the letter right there and got the refund that day for him and the 4 family members, because they canceled it and it was longer than 4 hours before the next one. So there's times where people can actually get something to happen right in that moment, but generally expenses like the missed honeymoon and those kind of things, you will not recover.
You will not. So there's no recourse if somebody misses out, like on a wedding.
Right. And this is generally speaking. So here, I mean, every situation is going to be unique. So I want everybody to understand. But there's a lot of resources. So you can start with the Department of Transportation regulations. Then you also want to check the airlines policies, because they'll have specific policies about how long the delay is and what they'll pay for and those type of things. And of course, your credit cards. They pay for meals and these kind of things when the delay is over a certain amount of time.
So you hear these stories all the time, and then they also say it pays to be nice too, because seriously, the poor people at the ticket counter. I mean, it's not their fault.
You get more honey with.
So be nice when you're regularly. But sometimes when you think about it, really, a lot of people have put off these trips, these cruises, for 2 years plus, and if they don't make that connection, they're not going to do this. So this seems to be happening more and more.
Right. It is happening more and more. And one reason is we're now getting these restrictions lifted. So now when you come into certain places, you don't have to test again. And now, of course, the dollar and the euro is looking good. So people are really trying to get out there. But we're just really short staffed. So they do, as I was researching this, I saw a lot of tips, book your flights early in the morning, try not to have connecting flights, be nice. Use travel tools, and then know the airline's policy, because some of
every airline's different.
Right, and it's on the spot that you can get some refunds. Now, if you want to sit there and say clause 6 right here and see what they do, it may not be as easy as that, but that's your right.
All right, Whitney. Thank you so much for your expertise.
Well, we hope everybody makes their connections.
Yes, everybody. Take a breath.
Thank you, Whitney.